So I had an overwhelmingly positive response from the last video, so I've decided to do another one. And I think last time it was, why am I voting for Andrew Yang for President of the United States? And today I think the video is um, how he's going to win. And so I might ramble a little bit, but I think the first thing that I want to say is that 1,000 times 1,000 is a million, and I feel like a lot of the people watching this video probably have that many followers on Twitter. Now, we probably like all overlap a little bit, and it we need to, how do we bring in that new audience? Because if you just tweet your really good tweet and it gets 100 retweets and a bunch of likes and 20,000 people see it, but does that translate into the message of what Andrew Yang is offering to the American people? And how do you get that message to somebody else that hasn't heard it yet or is disbelieving? And so I think that really, when I looked and I saw, I was like, oh, I got like 500 views on a video that I made, which is insane. I never thought that many people would watch it. It kind of like gave me pause and allowed me to think for a second about, well, do you really have a voice, and can you make a difference? And I think the answer is yes. And universal basic income is appealing to me because I think that freeing up your mind, it's not Pavlov, what is it, Maslow, like your hierarchy of needs. Taking care of those basic things, that food, shelter, water, warmth, frees your mind and your anxieties up about how you're going to survive, and allows you to dedicate more of your time to other things, the things that you're passionate about. And when you do what you're passionate about, then you're happier, and because you're happier, everything is better. And so I genuinely believe that Andrew Yang has changed America, has changed the world already, even if he doesn't win, just in the amount of inspiration and hope that he's provided for so many people, hundreds of thousands, millions of people. And I think the best way to show that that's true, because there's a lot of people, I could sit here and say anything. I could, people talk a lot of shit. And the thing about that is if I believe something, if I thought right now my life was in danger while I'm sitting here, my actions would dictate that. Like I would run away or, scream or whatever. Like if I say that I believe something, the way that you can tell if someone believes that is if their actions reflect it. And so I think what we have to do as, Yang Gang, is take that hope, that passion, and start living it right now. So I guarantee, because I'm 28 years old, I've always had things that I've wanted to do and things that I've been passionate about that I wish that I could have pursued that I didn't, because, well, what are people going to think of me? Look at this ugly, scraggly beard, and my teeth are bad, my glasses are crooked, and I lost my handkerchief the other day, so this is a t-shirt. Like, how am I going to look on the internet? Potentially millions of people could see this, and I'm going to have to live it down, and I'm going to have to answer for it. So do I really want to put myself out there, and do I want to be that vulnerable? And the answer is no. That's scary. And I think that just a few people, even I'm gonna put a couple of links in the description that you should definitely check out, especially this one girl. She has a great YouTube channel, and she has another series that she acted in, wrote, produced, I'm not sure, but it's so good. Like, if you're on YouTube, like, I love YouTube and watch a lot of different creators. Um, I totally recommend checking her out because it's just as good as like any premium series that you're gonna watch. Totally check that out. I can't think of the name, and it's kind of odd, and I don't want to butcher it, so I'm just gonna say check out the description. But the thing that we have to do is, as Andrew Yang supporters and people who believe in universal basic income, the freedom dividend, democracy dollars, everything that Andrew Yang is proposing, is start living that today and start being the people that we're claiming that this will allow us to be. This is going to free me up to do this. Well, for us to support the campaign and for Andrew Yang to become president of the United States, I think that regardless of the money, that we have to start doing it today. And that's why I'm making this video. I've always, maybe if you watch the other one, I just wanted to be an entertainer. I wanted to talk in front of people and have people listen to me. And so I'm speaking here now, as afraid as I am of how you perceive me and the way that, I think of, like, oh, I'm going to be judged and not liked, and oh no. And, or the people walking by and I'm talking into my phone and I'm making a vertical video. All kinds of things that I could critique that make me not want to do it. But taking that leap of faith and making what you're passionate about and sharing it with the world, regardless of what that is. Like, I love film, I love movies, I love YouTube, so that's what I'm doing, because that's what I've always wanted to do, and I just always held myself back because of the way that I felt about myself. And I can't imagine that that's not totally relatable to pretty much everybody. So what I'm saying is 1,000 times 1,000 is a million. So if you have 1,000 followers on Twitter, which I bet you probably very close to, you're one person away. Each one of those accounts who sees your tweets every day, you're one person away from your voice being able to reach 1 million people. And for your art, for your creation, for what you're passionate about to be that big, that strong. 20 years ago, it wasn't like this, but right now, you can make something and put it online and have it reach every single person on earth who has a cell phone. You have just as much exposure as ABC, Fox News, CNN, Anderson Cooper. You, right now, can do that. And I think that the number one comment that I got on the last video was, oh, this is so honest. And I didn't really think about it like that. I just pulled out my phone and started talking like I am right now. And there wasn't like a motivation behind it other than just being me and saying what I thought and what I felt. And I think that same thing, if everybody just started doing that, if 1,000 people who might see this video, 1,000 people on Twitter, YouTube, wherever, see this and decide that thing that I've always wanted to create, that thing that I've always been passionate about, but I've never done because I've been afraid. If they just did it and showed the world that, hey, the reason that I'm doing this is because Andrew Yang gave me hope. He inspired me. He ignited my passions and showed me that it was possible, because I believe in a future where my day-to-day isn't consumed by, what I'm going to eat and how I'm going to pay my bills and, the electric bills coming and whatever, all these things that, consume your mind. Instead of living that way, I think that today, here, it's September 30th, October, a year away from the election, I say that as the Yang Gang, if we start living today like we're getting that $1,000, that thing that it's going to free you up to do, what is it? And let's do it today. And if And I hope that you're seeing, like, I don't know, maybe this doesn't seem that hard to you that I'm talking into the camera and whatever, but this is horrible for me. I'm so self-conscious. And so to kind of conquer that fear and to post it anyway in hopes that someone might see it and someone might understand, and that it might, even just one person, be like, oh yeah, I've always wanted to do that too, or I do know what I've always wanted to do and I've just never done it. And so I want you to do that. Please do that. Me burying it all, showing the world, it's like that video is going to be online forever. Hi, I'm a random sad homeless person who can't function in society, and I'm admitting that to the world, despite my shame. Yeah, just make something today, and maybe don't post it online, and maybe it doesn't get a lot of likes or whatever, but just do it for yourself. And do it for Andrew Yang. Do it for Andrew Yang, because he's going to be the next president of the United States. And without showing the impact, the change that I know he's had on your life, and the change that, like, he's made in my life, just by the hopefulness that I feel, and that I know that everyone feels, because I don't think that any movement has ever been like this, and I don't think that a political figure has existed in this way. I mean, at least not in my lifetime. And I remember back to the 1996 election, not like that well, but I mean, I remember it happening, and yeah. So let's make something, and let's make something together, and let's show the world that what the freedom dividend can do, and how it can give you more time and allow you to be passionate about what you want to be passionate about, because you're one person away from 1 million people. That's you right now, I bet. And whether okay, maybe you don't have 1,000 followers on Instagram, but between Facebook or whatever, everywhere, I bet you probably do have 1,000 connections in your life, and I bet those people all have 1,000 connections in their life, and you're one person away from 1 million. So what are you gonna say? What are you gonna create that is going to inspire other people, that's not political rhetoric? Because I don't think that what Andrew Yang makes is sound bites. Like, he's just telling the truth and letting it stand on its own. And so what's your truth, and what is it that you want to create? Because Andrew Yang wants to create a better America. How do we live that today? That's my question. And I think that if enough of us do that, I think that's how he's going to win. So let me know what you think down in the comments, and definitely like and subscribe.